Somebody wanted to say hello. Hi. Oh. Can you say hi? Yeah. She is literally the cutest thing, and it kills me every time I have to leave the house because I just want to snuggle her for my entire life. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Kelly, and hello. So in today's video, we are going to be playing with one of the new palettes from Jaclyn and Morphe brushes. I wasn't planning on buying one of these just because of all like the bad reviews and all the scandal and drama behind it. I love those drama videos. I mean, who doesn't? They're so entertaining. It's like TMZ for the YouTube world. But I was in Ulta today and I just wanted something new to try out for you guys, and I saw this and I was like, you know what, let me just pick one up for myself. I'll try it out and see how it goes. So when I saw like the palettes come out online, I originally wanted the Dark Magic one first, the one that had like all those dark greens and blues, but I did watch some videos on it and it didn't look good like at all. And then I swatched it in person and the pigment just wasn't there. So instead I decided to get the Bling Boss one, which is these really pretty like purples. I'm just covering up the mirror so you guys don't get that bright light in your eyes. But it's all these like really beautiful pinks, purples, and a lot of like metallics, which I feel like metallic shades you usually can't go wrong with. And I swatched some of these and they were pretty nice, and I don't really have a lot of like colors like this. Well, maybe I do actually, but this one just really caught my eye. I feel like I don't have a purple like that. Alright, I guess maybe I do have some similar shades to this, but this layout just really caught my eye, and I swatched a couple of them and they swatched pretty nicely. That purple one especially swatched really well. And this one just looked the prettiest to me. I really liked the warm tone palettes as well, but I feel like I have a lot of colors like that. So yeah, I thought I would get this one, and you know, we could try it out for ourselves, hopefully create something pretty nice with it. And I thought this would be like just like a really pretty palette for the upcoming like fall season, or even like Christmas and the holiday season. I think this would be really pretty. Sorry, I have like cat hair all over my face now. Alright, so let's just get right into this. I want to try to create like something like really cool. Like, I feel like I don't always do like that creative of looks on my channel, so I want to try to create something like pretty dope with this, so we'll see how that goes. Alright guys, so I was looking through Instagram, I found some inspiration. I'm gonna do kind of like a similar shape. I'm thinking to this look right here. It's obviously not gonna be the same colors, but I kind of want to go for like a concept like this. This was done by Melissa Amways. She's super talented and gorgeous. Alright, so I'm just going to start off with my 24-hour Photo Finish Eye Primer from Smashbox. Now I am first going to go in with the shade Hush Hush. And we are going to sweep that through the crease using a 224 brush from MAC. We're gonna really like fluff that up to the brow, just like in nice windshield wiper motions. Now that color seems to be going on all right. I don't know if any of you watch those like drama videos, but oh my god, I love them so much. They're just so entertaining. I probably shouldn't love them as much as I do, but I love like Peter Mon. Oh my god, he's so funny. I'm going to use the shade Sparks next, and I'm taking that on a 221 brush from MAC. Ooh, that's pretty. I like too that these palettes do have a mirror. I think that's pretty nice. I mean, so far I'm not having an issue with this palette, but maybe this is like one of the good ones. I definitely think that Dark Magic, definitely, even just from swatching it, and I know swatches don't tell you like everything, but they do tell you at least like a little bit of how an eyeshadow is going to perform. And even when I was just like swatching it, really almost no product was coming off, or maybe it's just the top layer and you just like need to dig down. But I think the Dark Magic one is probably the palette that had the most inconsistencies and the least amount of payoff. I'm gonna dip into Rockstar next. And we're just kind of doing the same thing, buffing it on the outer corner of the eye and then sweeping it through the crease. I don't know, but I really like these colors so far and they're blending out pretty well. I would say I'm having better luck with this palette than I did with the Norvina palette. And not that they're the same colors, because they're not, but that's just a palette that I've also purchased recently where I did enjoy that palette, but I did have a little bit of trouble buffing some of those colors out. I actually like really like this so far. Alright, I'm next going to go in with the shade Mystic, and I'm taking this on a, I think it's a 218 brush from MAC. This was a limited edition one, so they don't have this one anymore, but I do believe that Smith Brushes has something similar to this one. It's like a very tapered, fluffy pencil brush, if that makes sense. It's not a very, it's like a fluffier pencil brush where you can get that precision, but a nice like blend at the same time. I'm just taking this through the crease just to kind of like really almost define that and almost create like a nice line while still blending it out. And then I'm just taking a little bit of Rockstar on my 221 and buffing over that. Alright, going back in with my 218, I'm going to go in with Mystic. And we're going to pack this on the outer corner of the lid. And then using a 239 from MAC, I'm going to go in with the shade Gem. And we're going to press that right on top of Mystic. And kind of bringing that into the center of the lid. And if you want more payoff from this, you could use like a flat, almost more of like a synthetic concealer type brush like this, or your finger. I want this color to be not as foiled because I'm gonna go in and carve out my crease right here, and we're gonna apply one of the other more metallic shades on the inner corner. And so I want more of just like the color of this purple than I want like the metallicness of it. I'm actually going to take just a hint of that purple on my 224 and buff this through the crease. Alright, let's carve that crease out. I'm going to take my Shape Tape, which I actually stopped using this under my eyes. I haven't really been doing like a full coverage concealer under my eyes lately. I've just been trying to be more lightweight on my skin in general. I feel like for me, just like with my skin, whenever I use more full coverage and heavier products, it just doesn't wind up looking as nice as when I use like more sheer products. On some people, full coverage just works so well and looks so great, but on me it just winds up not working out as well. So I've been trying to do a little bit more lightweight on my skin. But this concealer for carving out the eye is so good, and it really does keep like your shadow, whatever you place on top, on all day. And I'm taking this on an Anastasia brush. I think this is the number 18. This one is awesome for carving out the crease. And I'm just placing my brush and then pulling down because it has a nice rounded shape. So if you just place and pull, it kind of does all the work for you. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of like start to point the brush. Instead of laying it down flat, we're kind of coming in on the edge of it. And we're just going to pull to the side to kind of fade that concealer in to to the lid. And then before I go in with my lid shade, I do give it like a minute to dry down, because at least for me, I like to go on it when it's a little bit more dry. I don't like to go on top of the concealer when it's wet. I feel like it doesn't lay down as nicely. Alright, I think that is probably dry enough, so I'm gonna start out with Ballsy. And I'm taking that on that same Anastasia brush. I did wipe off the excess concealer. And we're gonna press that on the center of the lid first. Now that shade's not as pigmented as I would like it to be. Works better with your finger. So I use my finger for most of the lid, and then I'll just use the brush to get it up in this little spot right here. And then I'm gonna go in with Bling Bling. So the shimmers actually didn't lay that well on top of the concealer, as like a lot of my other shimmers normally lay on top of Shape Tape just fine. But when I'm applying it with my pencil brush just on the inner corner, Bling Bling at least goes on a lot better. You can see the difference from the inner corner to the inner half of my eyelid. So maybe the key with these is to just lay it on top of like a regular eyeshadow primer and not lay it on top of concealer, because it didn't go, it's still there, but it's just not as pigmented on top of the Shape Tape as I would want it to be. But it's really bright on the inner corner. And then I'm going to take just a little bit of Gem on my 221, and we're going to buff between the outer corner of the eye and where we cut in the shadow, just to create a nice smooth blend right there. Maybe take a little bit on the 239 just to smooth it out a little bit more. Alright, I'm happy with that. Let's buff out the lower lash line. I want more of a pop of that purple, so I'm going to go in with the shade Gem. We're going to sweep that back and forth. Alright guys, so I decided to add a wing and that glitter liner that was in that picture that inspired us. So I'm going to use my brush stroke liner from MAC. If you haven't tried this, this is literally the best liquid liner I have ever used. So good. It's awesome because it's not a felt tip. It's like little brush hairs. So it just glides right across the eye. It never tugs. And you don't have to worry about the end fraying like it does with a felt tip. Sometimes you have to build up the pigment a little bit, but I'm telling you, this is the easiest liquid liner I've ever used. And then I took this Scandal Eyes pencil from Rimmel in the shade Paranoid Purple. I don't know if they still make these, but I have it, so I'm using it. And then I took the Midnight Cowboy Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter Liner to do our line. So I started right at the inner corner. Alright, I'm running out of space on my memory card, so I'm gonna do my brows, throw on some lashes off camera, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I finished my brows. I put on some lashes from the Vegas Nay Allure lashes in the style Grand Glamour. Now let's add a little bit of highlight. I did like my bronzer and contour and everything before we started the video, and I don't know if it's just because it's like kind of hot in here, but my cheek's already a little bit rosy, and I always add blush, but I'm not going to add blush to this look. But maybe it's just the shade I used to contour. Maybe it had like a little bit of warmth to it, or maybe there was blush left on my brush because it already looks like I have blush on. So we're not going to add blush. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do my lips, and I'm going to use this lipstick from LA Girl that I've actually never tried, and it's in the shade Snuggle. Oh, that's so cute. Alright guys, I want this to be slightly pinkier, so I'm going to take the lip gloss from Buxom in the shade Lavender Cosmo. And that is really beautiful. Alright guys, that is our finished look. Thank you so much for watching. I actually really like this palette. I'm actually really pleasantly surprised. Now I'm not sure how the other palettes are, but I think if you like purples and pinks, definitely pick this guy up because I was actually pleasantly surprised. I thought it was gonna be absolute shit, to be honest, because of all the drama online. But I think this looks pretty damn good. Alright, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!